What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video on The Flash. Today we're covering Flash number 97, Terminal Velocity Part 3. Now, last issue ended with Wally West welcoming Bart Allen, aka Impulse, into the Flash family. Now, this issue will continue the main plot, but we'll also get the origin of Max Mercury. And guys, this is super interesting. I'll leave a link down below to get you caught up in the story thus far if you're not. But yeah, if you guys are ready, let's dive into this issue. We see Wally West running with the Flash family, Max Mercury at his side. Wally West is still curious about Max. He's a mysterious figure, and Wally doesn't know his background. Now, some other people running with Wally at the moment is Jay Garrick, which Wally knows about Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick is the World War II Flash. And then we also have Giant Quick, who is an old-timer who owes his power to a spoken formula. Now we have Jesse Quick, who Wally doesn't actually know that much about either, but Max has told Wally that Jesse has an important part to play in future events. And Wally has learned to listen to Max always. Now, what the Flash family is doing is they're trying to train Impulse, Bart Allen. They're out in the middle of nowhere, and they're with Impulse, and Jay Garrick is starting out. He's teaching Impulse how to vibrate through walls. Now, before we continue this training, we find out Max Mercury's origin. And it's kind of explained this issue, it goes back and forth, but I decided to actually explain one full segment for you guys. Instead of going back and forth from the Flash family training in present day to a flashback in 1838 about Max Mercury. So yeah guys, if you're ready, we're getting into the origin of Max Mercury right now. Essentially what we find out is that Max Mercury was born in the 19th century. And by 1838, he had been assigned as a messenger at forts. He made friends with the local Blackfoot clan. Unfortunately, his fort commander, who did not trust him or his friends, leveled a bounty on the clan and ordered a full-scale massacre. Now, after the massacre, the shaman of the clan laid on the ground dying. But Max went up to him. Max tried to comfort him. But then the shaman told Max that many tribesmen were returning from the hunts, and that they would be ambushed and not warned quickly. So, the shaman decided to take a pinkish substance and draw a lightning bolt on Max's chest. Then, the shaman gave a prayer to the god of the storm and the winds, then died. Max then began to run. He ran faster and faster and faster, as swift as the wind. He took the soldiers' weapons and caught the Blackfoot arrows in midair. He devoted the next few years of his life to protecting the natives and the settlers from one another as Awihoda, or as he was better known, Windrunner. However, one night during a thunderstorm, Max felt drawn to the lightning from deep within his heart. He ran as he had never run before, breaking all barriers and becoming something else. He began to be drawn into the Speed Force. And this was actually the issue that introduced the Speed Force. The energy field that gives speedsters their power. The energy that Wally is drawing after right now in the current storyline we're going over. Now, Max Mercury finally had met his glorious destiny. He was running so fast. He was unstoppable. But then fear stopped him. Fear sent Max Mercury going through time, and he landed in New York of July 14th, 1891. He was in a timeline he didn't recognize. And again, he tried to get into the Speed Force and get back to his timeline, to his time period. But he failed. Then he decided to just continue his superhero career as different superhero names. The first one he did was Lightning, then Blue Streak, and then Quicksilver. And eventually, he became known as Max Mercury. And that's the superhero name that he's sticking by now, and the one that the Flash family knows him by. Now, Wally finds out about all this, and he's shocked. He's shocked by Max Mercury's history. Max tells Wally that what happened to him is happening to Wally right now. Wally is tapping into the Speed Force. The lightning is calling to him. Jay believes what Max is saying is right. He's felt the same summoning before. Max tells Wally and Jay that he kept the Speed Force a secret for a reason. He thought other heroes would think he's crazy. Max then says, "I always meant to talk to Barry about it, but never made the time. I believe he knows now." Jay then grits his teeth and says, then that's one less regrets I have to bear. Johnny Quick, meanwhile, doesn't believe the Speed Force to be true. Max tells Wally to think about his current situation. The Speed Force would make the most sense. Wally begins to question everything. He needs a distraction immediately, and a distraction is what he gets when the Flash family knows that Keystone City is being frozen. Snow is everywhere, and a villain known as Chillblaine has arrived. Jake, Eric, and Johnny Quick team up to take down Chillblaine's henchmen, while Impulse goes to take down Chillblaine himself. Chillblaine hits Impulse back with ice. Bart then gets up and runs at Chillblaine at fast speed. Chillblaine shoots ice daggers and tries to kill Bart on the spot, but Bart then suddenly phases through the ice. The Flash family are proud of Impulse. Chillblaine's shocked and decides to leave in a fast manner. He tries to get away before he's caught, but then Jesse Quick distracts him from afar. The distraction gives Impulse enough time to swing in and knock Chillblaine out. The police show up and take Chillblaine in. The Flash family then meet up with Pied Piper. Piper is trying to create tech that could track the Cobra cults. Piper tells Wally that he needs ultraviolet lights to finish his tech. Wally runs off to find ultraviolet lights. He actually thinks he knows a faster way it gets. Now, Max runs off with Wally and tries to talk with Wally about the Speed Force. Wally refuses. He doesn't have time to waste. He needs to take down the Cobra cults before it's too late. Max then says, "Too late? What does that mean?" Wally responds, "You're not the only one who knows my future, Max." Wally runs off with Impulse. Wally runs at light speed and tries to activate ultraviolet lights. Wally begins to become more inhuman. That's when his plan works. Wally sees a giant energy field over Keystone City. He's shocked. The Cobra cult's influence is everywhere. Wally then realizes that his death is close. He will pass into the lights, into the Speed Force, and Lord Cobra will destroy the city. Linda will die. Wally begins to lash out, but Jay and Max Mercury calm him down. They pull him back. Wally then gets a hold of himself and runs back to the Flash family. He begins to catch the Flash family up to speed on what he's found out. He's found out that once you cross the Speed Force, you can't come back. So Wally has figured out a solution in case he disappears. The new Speed Force that'll become the Flash won't be Impulse, it won't be Bart Allen, but instead, Jesse Quick. Jesse Quick will be the next Flash. So that was Flash number 97, Terminal Velocity, Part 3, and this is actually one of the biggest chapters in the storyline. It's an awesome issue, guys. I really like Max Mercury's origin and how it's explained in this issue. Max Mercury is one of my favorite Flash characters, and this is actually one of my favorite issues of the Flash of all time, because I just like how Max Mercury acts, how he tries to explain to Wally about the Speed Force, and the Speed Force is actually introduced here, which is a really big development. You get Max Mercury's origin, the Speed Force, also Jesse Quick becoming the Flash at the end, or at least the mantle being bestowed upon her. Like, there's actually a lot of big moments in this issue, and they are all delivered very well by Mark Waid. It's written so well. And Bart Allen, he gets a good part in this when he knocks out Chillblaine. Like, that was an action-packed sequence. That was really cool. But I just like how the storyline is centered around Wally and how he's confused about this, but he's actually tapping into the Speed Force. And that's a huge deal, and it's super dope. Now, the Cobra Cult subplot, well, it's kind of like the main plot, but I feel like the Cobra Cult themselves are like the least interesting thing in this whole entire storyline. It's just kind of like, alright, we need villains for the storyline, so let's just put in the Cobra Cult, but I don't feel like it's a huge problem. It's just I didn't really care about the Cobra Cult. Like, when they found out about the field and stuff that's surrounding Keystone City, I was like, alright, whatever, but then when Wally's like, hey, if I run into the Speed Force, I can't come back. I'm like, now that's interesting. So, yeah, Cobra Cult, least interesting thing in the storyline, where everything else is just super dope, guys. So yeah, guys, an awesome issue, great art, and amazing writing by Mark Waid. This is only the halfway point in the storyline. We still got 3 more issues, guys, so 3 more videos, and I'm hyped to explain this to you guys, because I love this storyline, one of my favorite Flash storylines of all time, and it only gets better from here. And yeah, that's why I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. It's an amazing issue, guys, a phenomenal issue that you should actually try to pick up. If you're ever at your local comic book shop or another comic store and you see this issue, get it, because it's a really important issue in the Flash mythology. But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up on your channel. Make sure to subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Flash video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.